So right now, we are driving south on the 101. We're heading away. It's jam packed. There are, I mean, it feels like Armageddon. There's
Yeah.
5 different fire sources. One of them we're driving through right now. We closed all the vents off in our car. We're driving through Altadena, which seems to be more tamed down, and
Hmm.
dissipated. The one we just left is unfortunately in our neighborhood, and it's not looking good. There's good news and bad news of that area. The bad news is the flames I saw about 20 minutes ago are about 100 feet high, hitting down Saddle Peak Ridge. So they're pushing down and up over a ridge line. It held at a ridge line for a little bit. There was one helicopter that finally showed up and dumped, and that seemed to be working. So that's the good news. More helicopters are now racing from Altadena to support that area. Hey,
That
Liam,
is
do
unbelievable.
I go on 134 West right here, or stay on the 101? Okay, okay. Hang on. Sorry, one sec here.
Keith,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Keith, how's your home? Is your neighborhood still good?
Yeah, we don't know. We wake up every day wondering if our home is still there. The last couple nights, it's been such a blessing, and our home has been standing. We've been having so much incredible support from friends and family. Today, being there at the house for the first time in 2.5 days,
You went back to your house?
we went back to our house,
Okay.
and we filled up our
Tell
bath.
t
Oh, go
t
ahead.
tell us exactly where your house is again.
So my house is in Montanito. There's about 500 houses in that community. It's tucked in the mountains of Malibu, in between Calabasas and Malibu, right off of Malibu Canyon. It's a tight-knit, quiet little community. There's not much retail there. The neighborhood has their own fire brigade, um, that, helps fight the area and just protect the area.
Talk about some of the challenges that firefighters were facing in the general sense of LA, but also just your neighborhood.
Just the general sense in LA, and rumors we've been hearing have been that there's just not enough water in fire hydrants and ravines and just supplies, which is why we're getting so much support from Arizona and Washington and Nevada. In our neighborhood, specifically on the top of Piuma Ridge, uh, fire trucks were deployed out there. Yesterday there was 50 fire trucks that were sent out there. We heard text messages from firefighters and people helping volunteer firefighters that when they hooked up the hoses to the hydrants, there was no water in those at the top of the ridge.
That is
Uh,
so scary and frustrating all at the same time.
yeah, it's not a great rumor to hear. I can't confirm it. It's just
Yeah.
hearsay through text messages, but it definitely doesn't feel too good be that the firefighters don't have the resources that they need. So
As a longtime Southern Californian, you've been down there for enough time now that that's your home. I know you're from Washington State, but you're raising your girls there in the Malibu area in Southern California. What are some of the emotions that you're dealing with as far as just everything that's going on? I mean, obviously there's immediate fear and the worry over the loss of your home and your friends' homes and lives. But what are some of the thoughts that are going through your head and your wife's head?
I think the only emotion that I want to express to people who are just trying to understand, um, just this whole crisis is that, you know, what we need to practice is more surrender out of rather than fear. And I'm practicing that. I'm trying to demonstrate that to my 2 daughters. And we are just being super hopeful. We're getting so much amazing support. People I haven't even heard of or talked to in half a decade are reaching out, checking in, sending love, sending prayer. And that's just incredible and heartwarming and amazing. We're so grateful, just all of the incredible ways that um, people are coming together and sharing their support and their love. So, but yeah, it's just definitely a practice of surrendering at all fear, surrendering, um, all the emotions that kind of hit you at different points of the day and night, and
That was
just being peaceful.
that's very beautifully put, and I thank you for sharing that. And I know it takes a lot of discipline to come at it with that perspective as opposed to fear, as you mentioned. Keith, thanks so much for sharing that.
Yeah,
Any other words you'd like to share with the Midwest? I mean, I think people here in the Midwest are seeing this, and they may not be familiar with how fires and wildfires happen in California and what people are going through. So I think this is really helpful for other people in the country who may not be familiar with this kind of natural disaster.
I think just one good thing that I'm just that just gets me charged up is just to talk about how incredibly brave firefighters are. They are putting their lives on the line. They're out here saving people's lives, saving homes, saving animals. They are not getting any sleep. Um, and it's just incredibly amazing to see the heroes out here that are just working around the clock. Um, we went to a fire station about 200 yards away from our house. No one was there at the fire station. No one's hanging out. They're all on the front lines right now. They're doing everything that they possibly can. And so it's just incredibly brave and beautiful, um, that there are people out there that that care about others. So
Well
just
said, my friend.
thankful.
Well
Yeah.
said. That's very true. I mean, those firefighters, they go out there and they're there for one reason only, to serve all the people that are going through such horrible things. So
Yep.
thank you for mentioning that. That's so true. Um, Keith, we're going to keep you in my prayers, and we're watching from afar and sending as much positivity and prayers as we can, and keep me posted on everything. Okay.
Will do, buddy. Love you. Thank you so much.